Christy Sides posting this as the Fever are losing to the Portland Fire is hilarious. It's funny.
You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, I got 5 minutes before WWE Clash in Italy starts. This video is going to be longer than 5 minutes. I'm just letting you know right now. But we gotta keep talking about the fallout around last night's blowout. The fact that, well, we got an expansion team now that has got a better record than the Indiana Fever, and there's been full unadulterated crash outs going on everywhere, as there should be after last night. We've got a couple of snippets of audio and video from last night's game that came out, things that Stephanie White had said prior to the broadcast and her substitutions. A lot of people pointing out, by the way, that they're trying to shit on Caitlin Clark for her defense. And I'm like, wait a minute. Raven Johnson got in there for 10 minutes and was gone. Trying to defend the same scenario. By the way, somebody online pointed out that Raven Johnson never fouled out under Dawn Staley. Dawn Staley. Yikes. Let's start with here. Somebody you guys know I like a lot. I've been on his show. It was a privilege. I've been watching Jason Whitlock for 30 years. This guy has hosted Pardon the Interruption on ESPN. Speak for Yourself with Colin Cowherd. Kansas City Star. I can remember reading articles 30 years ago. My man wore a fedora on Pardon the Interruption. Jason Whitlock. And I had to put this out there and give it some signal boost because Amber Cox, the COO and general manager of the Fever, has blocked Jason Whitlock. This guy has worked for the Sporting News. I mean, you name it. Whitlock has done. I mean, he has been on the Jim Rome show, hosting that show when Jim Rome was out. A real bona fide, some of y'all journalists out there that claim to be journalists, y'all can take some notes. Because he's not pulling no punches. And the GM for a major WNBA franchise, the one with the biggest spotlight on it, has blocked Jason Whitlock. Your league's a joke. It's a total and complete joke right there. Jason Whitlock, Amber Cox has blocked me on this app. What are we doing? I mean, what are we doing? This league can handle no criticism. The crash out continues. Guys, you will see Farkas Cast everywhere. On post everywhere, most predominantly on Indiana Fever social media. This is a huge fan of Caitlin Clark. And I have seen this from multiple fans over the last 12 hours. People are throwing in the towel. I actually feel quite free today. My summer schedule is totally freed up. I love you, Caitlin Clark, but I'm looking away from the car crash. The Indiana Fever have no clue how to retaliate against the entire WNBA and the referees coming after you. I really feel for CC, as I know how competitive you are, but I honestly don't even feel bad about it. The big Angel rematch, not watching. Maybe the highlights might pique my interest, but I doubt the front office has a decent game plan. I can't even picture you on another team. The league will fail if nothing is done about the current shit. WNBA, Indiana Fever tagged in that. Look, seriously. The Indiana Fever's got a major problem right now. Coach Anderson, another good follow. Stephanie White last night on substitutions per the broadcast.
The Fever, a team that switches the most defensively in the league, and so they want to switch 1 through 5, which means that players like Meg Gustafson may get guarded by a guard. That's why you've seen her twice have and ones in the paint, taking advantage of that mismatch.
What world do you live in that you should have a guard playing a 5 or a 4? Occasionally, that might accidentally happen, but come on. Stephanie White on Raven Johnson. Listen to this.
White told us coming off her season best last game that she's playing with more aggression. She's not afraid to get into the paint, to play physical, and to score the basketball. And I think what I liked most about what Steph White said when Raven Johnson's in the game, that the pace of the team picks up, that Raven Johnson is so fast with the basketball, they feel like they almost play faster with her as the one.
Yeah. Quote, Stephanie White told me we play faster when she's the one. And look, Raven has shown some real promise. What are we doing? What are we doing? I've said at times I'd actually let her play the 2 guard. Honestly, her and Kelsey Mitchell's the same height. At least she brings some defense. But she couldn't score last night, and I'm not even dogging out Raven. It was a disaster all the way around, thanks to the coach. But come on, man. I keep telling you guys over and over and over again, Stephanie White believes this team is better without Caitlin Clark. People will start believing me at some point. So, yesterday evening, we got one of the funniest things ever. My boy Ben Daniel Podcast, go subscribe here on YouTube. Christy Sides versus Stephanie White. Quote, they woke an animal. Does anybody remember Christy Sides saying that? Christy Sides was fully aware of what she had in Caitlin Clark. By the way, people forget that Fever team, her rookie year, started out 1-9. After that, Christy Sides had the Fever on a rampage. And after the Olympic break, holy hell. The Fever were kicking ass and taking names. By the way, Christy Sides is completely aware of what's going on. Ben Daniel again, I'm beginning to think she heard the rumblings, Christy Sides. Heard that Kelly was coming back. Heard Stephanie was going to cry her way out of Connecticut and return. She saw the writing on the wall. At this point, she said, fuck it. Ignored Lynn Dunn and handed Caitlin Clark the keys. And that was an answer to the fact that Christy Sides got fired because she let CC run wild the second half of 2024. Christy Sides last night. Christy Sides posting this as the Fever are losing to the Portland Fire is hilarious. It's funny. Christy Sides playing golf. Hard to beat days like this. God bless you, Christy Sides. Literally trolling the Indiana Fever. That's the Caitlin Clark Stan account that put this up, that caught this. Christy Sides trolling the Indiana Fever as they were getting their brains kicked in last night. I mean, damn. Got to be more careful. It's a disaster. And fans are tuning out. Fans are tuning out. I just got a post a minute ago. A guy said, hey, I'm going to keep following your channel to keep up with the drama, but I'm not watching any more of their games. You know what? In fact, let me just be real. There's the comment right there. To me, I retweeted what Farkas Cast said about not watching. One of the biggest supporters just tuned out. Pay attention. My sentiments exactly. I'll catch the drama on Black and White Sports. Again, there's a reason why we're not seeing ratings. Tell me what you think. The bottom has fell out. And Slurp FC and those creators are already trying to make up the excuses. Welcome to the dark side. Peace. I'm out. And subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.